Hi everyone, welcome back to Quotes in Context. Today we're diving into a provocative idea from the 19th century German philosopher Max Stirner. Let's look at the quote. "Property exists by grace of the law. It is not a fact, but a legal fiction." Now, Stirner's words might seem simple, but there's a lot going on beneath the surface. Let's break this down and place it in the context of 1844, when Stirner published his seminal work, The Ego and Its Own. In the mid-19th century, Germany was experiencing massive social, economic and political upheaval. The Industrial Revolution had begun to take hold, transforming economies and the way people worked. Many people were moving from rural areas to growing cities, drawn by the promise of work in factories. But with industrialisation came extreme inequalities. A large working class was emerging, often living in poverty, while a small elite class controlled wealth and resources. One of the key issues Stirner was responding to was how property was being defined and who had access to it. Under the existing capitalist system, property was tied to law, meaning that only those with legal recognition could own and control it. This was a time when most land and wealth were concentrated in the hands of the few, and ordinary citizens had little claim to property or protection under the law. A specific example of this inequality can be found in the plight of the emerging working class in places like Berlin. Factory workers had little control over their labour or the products that they made. Property, including the factories themselves, were legally defined as belonging to the owners, often wealthy industrialists. Even though the workers' labour created the value, they had no claim to the profits or the property itself. It was the law that upheld these distinctions. At the time, there was growing dissatisfaction. In fact, debates around property rights and ownership were central to many of the revolutionary ideas bubbling up across Europe, including the 1848 revolutions that were just a few years away.